Lady, up your house, please.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everyone. And particularly to the family, to my colleagues in the Parliament, the Member of Parliament for Bimini. And don't mind what he says, he's the Member of Parliament for Bimini. Get me in trouble. And the problem is they always have me speaking after him. You know, so he gets to say these things and then I have to say, I agree. And to Jomo Campbell and Bacchus, who spoke before us and who are members of Parliament as well. And I'm always pleased to be on these occasions because you learn so much. The last time I spoke after Mr. Wilscombe, we learned that he wanted to be a priest before he became a politician, so I had to take that one down. That was very interesting. So I have to keep coming and speaking after him. But let me apologize, first of all, for the absence of the Honorable Philip Davis, who is in his constituency in Cat Island, so is not able to be here this morning. But rest assured, he is with you in thoughts and prayers, and you have his support. The family has his full support for the contribution which our dear beloved sister made to the Progressive Liberal Party. And you heard people speak about her, and it is always a good thing for me to hear people say, as they go about the person who's gone on to their reward, good and kind things about them, and not mean things about them. And also to have the support of your community and family. Mr. Wilscombe was jesting a bit about my being the second kind of representative for Bimini. But I want to recall landing in Bimini in 1977, which was the first time that I had the occasion to come to Bimini. And I was accompanying the late Sir Lynden Pindling to a visit he was making there. I'm not sure why he was making the visit, but when we got there, it was quite a grand occasion. And you know Cy, you all know Cy. So they all met, Cy met us at the dock. And then there was a parade up the whole length of Bimini with I think there may even have been a marching band.
77, after the election.
Yeah, something. We were going there for something. And of course, that's also when I met my friend Glenn Rowe, who was on the other side.
Yeah.
As I said many times, I find this most extraordinary. The PLP was at the height of its power in 1977. And there's Glenn with his jerry curls standing up in front of the big game, telling all PLPs to get out of town. What are you all doing here, right? And I said, who is this extraordinary man making this noise? But I tell that story because it tells you something about the character of people of Bimini. That when they are for you, they're for you, right? And it doesn't matter what comes and what goes, they are for you. And that I found to be an enduring and wonderful attribute about people from Bimini. And I suppose that is what caused me to continue going there and to get to know the people there. And so when I found out that she had passed away, I found out because the Member of Parliament was sitting we sit next to each other, or almost next to each other in the house, and he leaned over and he said that she had passed away. And he said, the first thing he said, you know, we have to have a service at the headquarters because she has the stature. She was, as they said, Miss PLP or Lady PLP, and always in the colors and always supporting, whether good times or bad times. This was a lady we had to honor by being in this place. I think people don't remember or appreciate the value of this room and this building because so many of the important decisions about what took place or in our country, that are now in the history books, came as a result of decisions taken in this room. And we are literally surrounded by the spirits of those who made those decisions. And it was possible for those people to make those decisions because of the death, because of the work of your loved one, because of what she did to make the Progressive Liberal Party the important and the most important political party in the history of our country. And what I most agree with, what Mickey just said, is that it is important for us to continue to build on a legacy. You know, she didn't do the work in vain. She also tried to impart to you what her work was about, what her philosophy was about, why she did the things she did. And it's important, as we build a nation going on from these 50 years, for us to do the same thing for the next generation. And that's why I almost wanted to sing when I saw the two younger gentlemen speak before me, what the Anglicans call the Nunc Dimittis. Yeah.
No, that is, that's.
Yeah, because they obviously get it.
Yep.
They obviously get it. And the idea is to keep telling that story. And one day, the history of the Progressive Liberal Party in Bimini has to be written. Who were the giants who made the party successful and caused it to be as successful as it is and was in Bimini? And it has made a great contribution to the building up of Bimini. You know, when we lost in 2017, some of these people who voted against Mr. Wilschcombe would come to me and, you know, they say, oh, you know, he comes to funerals and then he leaves and this and that. And I would say to myself, I wouldn't say it to them, but I say it to you all now. I say, what more you want him to do? The roads are fixed. You got a big hotel. Everybody got a job, right? The airport is improved 2,000%. Every hotel room is full. So what don't I get? What don't we get about that? Anyway, voters are what they are, and they make the choices they did. But because of Julia Alberta Thompson, Stalwart Councilor, we are back in 2021. And you know, you shouldn't put mouth on a project, but you know, we back to stay. That's the point. We want to be back to stay. And so he and all of us who are in this dispensation, 21 to 26, are doing our darndest to make sure that 2026 we have a second term, to break this curse which has been afflicting this country. And Bimini is going to be a part of that. Bimini must be a part of that. And it must be a part of that because of Julia Thompson, to make sure that we carry out the promise of the legacy which she has left behind. I know that you're very proud of her. We all are proud of her. We love her. We appreciate all the work which she's done to help make the party a success. We know that we are here because she was there and she gave her all for the Progressive Liberal Party. So a very warm and hearty thank you to you, the family, for lending her to us, for the time she was with us. And she goes to God with our blessings, our prayers, and our support. And we say, as we extend condolences to the whole family, may she rest in peace, and PLP all the way. Thank you.